Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out something called Don't Look Now. It's another one of those first-person horror games that I keep playing on the channel for whatever reason. I guess I'm just having sort of a good time discovering all of the fertile ground that hasn't been covered on the show. I don't know why, I just sort of avoided doing a lot of horror games towards the beginning, and I don't see a reason to avoid them. I think they're actually pretty entertaining in their own right, and usually they come out making some pretty entertaining footage as well. So hopefully you feel the same way, and if you do, feel free to let me know. So before we get into things, let's check out the credits real quick, so we know who made the game. Alright, very good. And read our instructions, because we need to know what we're doing. Navigate in large letters using WASD, large letters in red, and the mouse to look around. Don't look at them. I don't know who, but them. Don't look at them. They will hunt you. They might haunt you as well, but they'll hunt you for now, and they'll drain you, in all capitals, of your last sanity if they can catch you. Keep an eye on the neurons firing. Fight them, in larger letters, off by rapidly pressing the Q key, whilst trying to regain control of your vision and movement. When in doubt, the trees might provide answers. Of course they would. Direct your consciousness and reach your happy place. There's a lot of strange typography things going on in the screen. I'm going to not really pay that much mind, though. So let us begin a game and see what we're getting into. Alright, here we go. We're in a small room, square, glass on the ground, repetitive glass, square, broken objects. If you can't tell what I'm saying, look at the shapes here. There's this same corner, both of those places. I'm believing it's just the same square over and over, whatever. There are post-it notes, hundreds of thousands of post-it notes on all the walls, some rubble, and in fact there are post-it notes falling down. This is a trademark UDK staircase, if I've ever seen one. They actually have a specific tool to make spiral staircases in that game, which is very strange to me, but I mean, I guess some people like that. I never really like to use them myself. But yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is a UDK game, hence all the point of those comments. So, we're going up, and things are getting a very heavy, contrasty, dark filter on them. I think whatever's over there is probably bad. I'm not really sure, though. Don't seem to have a lot of options, though, if it's not over there. Oh, no, that's not bad. That's a tree. Alright, trees are good. Trees give us knowledge, apparently. There's some kind of a little cubby hole over there I can sort of see through. Looks like that chair is floating. Is it actually floating? It may be. Yeah, I think it's just slightly suspended off the ground. You gotta check those edges. So there's... I do seem to have a flashlight emanating from some unknown source. I can't turn it on or off. And it does seem to cast... No? No, that was just a trick. I'm gonna say it casts some sort of like dynamic light effects on this tree. Can I do anything with the tree? There's not even collision with the tree. What's up with that? So look at me point my flashlight in this direction while the shadow goes toward me. That is sort of silly. I do like this depth of field effect, though. That's pretty cool. Definitely disorienting. I know that's a very important thing when it comes to horror games, that you're constantly feeling disoriented. I don't know if that always has to be the case. I think in a way, you're actually establishing a little bit more terror by letting the player feel grounded in a scenario, instead of always feeling like they have no idea what's going on. But I know there's multiple ways to approach the scenario. So there are going to be something... I guess that would be one of them. I'm pressing Q to fight them off. I don't know if that's something I can still do or what. It's trying to pull my sanity away. I guess I won. Does that mean it is gone, or it's just going to stand there? No? Okay. So I remember the instructions well enough here. Why are there post-it notes everywhere? Is it supposed to be super creepy? Why is that one flickering in and out of reality? Is it like procedurally generating a post-it note-filled wall everywhere I go? I kind of doubt it. Weird seam in the ceiling there. Why only this corner gets a different ceiling texture? I don't know. So I guess we're going to navigate a bit of a maze here. Well, we observe all these post-it notes. It's reminding me a little bit of Condemned: Criminal Origins. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a first-person brawler with like a CSI sort of angle to it. And the main thing about the game is just there's some sort of, I can't remember if it's like supernatural or just like a really, really bad guy. But it's like, it's making all the homeless people like spew black crap out of their eyes and they want to hit you with pipes for some reason. It's some kind of horrible thing happens to you, I don't know. I'm just not going to look at that thing and I think we'll just be fine. Alright, gotten that orb. I guess if this was Slender, we'd have no shortage of pages, eh? Right, Slender likes pages. I think that's how it works. So let's go back over here, avoiding the nasty goblin in the corner. And there's another one. Apparently they're pretty common. I'm just gonna not look at you because I want to keep playing. I have a feeling if I end up losing this, it's probably just gonna like boot me out to the desktop, which is like the holy grail of things that annoys me. The other holy grail of things that annoys me is getting a UDK game and having the resolution set at some ridiculous resolution that I'm not gonna find useful for recording at all, and having to remember what the console command was to change that back. Because I looked through all the INI files, I couldn't remember where exactly it is. I even changed a bunch of things. I ended up spending like a couple of hours trying to set up this and another game to record, and it was very frustrating. When reality was, I just needed to use the console command. Now I know I don't have to be frustrated anymore, but just for all of you guys out there, if you want to record in 720p, you gotta know the console command. There you go. So what does this say? I am ghost within myself, spirit no one knows. I don't know what that really says. It's very hard to read. It's pretty close to illegible. I am of, maybe. So number one horror trope that I want to see stopping very soon is no more writing stuff on walls, please, and no more scattering little bits and scraps of paper with blood on them and like hard to read things. Let's enter a new renaissance of good typography going forward. Can we work that out? All right, so I found some sort of a particle wall here. Seems to be very thick and difficult to look through. I can't actually walk through that. I can sort of see through it, though, or something. It might just be some sort of a shader effect because of the flashlight I'm holding, or light source that is emitting from me. Kind of interesting effect. Oh, no, that's just the post-it notes flickering off out of reality. Alright, so I found that tree. That means that we're doing good, right? Trees equal happy place, I think, something like that. Judging from the instructions. So, I guess I gotta keep finding doors. Why can't I just sit? That chair looks very comfortable. It's incredibly studded. It'd be an excellent opportunity for some bump mapping. So I don't believe it has any. It may have some sort of light mapping, but I don't think it has bump mapping. It's the exact type of texture that you like to see have that. Yeah, I see you. I just wanted to sort of trigger this one because so far I've been able to fight them off every time. And I want to see if maybe he was standing in front of something since I couldn't really look. No, total waste of time. Never mind. So I guess I like to keep sort of a scary barometer when it comes to these games. And this one, so far, it gets points for originality as far as the sticky note walls go. Can I go through here yet? Oh, yes, I guess I can. But for the just general ambience and being terrified, I don't know, I'm like lukewarm on that, like 6 out of 10 tops. 5.5, probably more accurate. I don't think right now... Yeah, we can take it... Oh, I wanted to take a good look at him before he jumped out at me. Yeah, I don't think we're in any major danger of me, like, losing my cool on this game. These guys are just kind of more annoying than anything else. Because every time I feel like I'm very close to just not pressing Q enough times, but then it just lets me go. I also noticed there's like a fractal or a tree or something in the bottom right corner, which somehow it just like didn't really occur to me that that was there. Alright, I guess you're gonna do your thing again. And I'm not sure if there's any relevance to the point of that, like, what are we doing with that? 2 dead ends and a tree. Is it a booby trap? No. Hey, it made that squeaky metal door sound that it always makes in all the Chef Ramsay shows. You know which one I mean. The one where you're having this, like, heinous realization that they've been eating rat poop the whole time. I guess that would specifically be kitchen nightmares. This is not so much rat poop going on in Hell's Kitchen. So there's nothing in this corner, another dead end. Hoping we can come to some sort of a new place eventually. Alright, run at me, bro. I will press Q again. I don't know what exactly is the challenge here. I guess I should probably look at that little fractal tree thing next time they try to suck my sanity or whatever they do. Maybe that's what's telling me how close I am to losing. But again, not a particularly frightening or difficult challenge, just sort of a hindrance every so often that apparently we need to go through. It's getting to feel a lot more maze-like. The first corridor, I felt like I could just follow the wall and everything was going to be cool. I wasn't really going to get myself into too much trouble. Is this a new place? Oh, maybe not. No, maybe so. I don't believe I went through this wood door yet. Oh, okay. I think this is where I want to go, actually. Something's pulling my sanity away. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking at, though. Yeah! Oh, man, I win with the QuickTime event. I guess one maybe snuck up behind me or something and I didn't know. Or maybe it was just looking out into this hallway or something. I'll never know. So I guess we're in hell. Maybe. Or that place where they keep, like, all the dead, sleeping humans, not actually dead, for the Matrix, that they're actually sucking all the power out of. So it's a little bit more stormy, and there's a few more, like, octopus robots out there, but whatever. Alright, up we go. I definitely feel like we're having a bit of a Silent Hill moment with this rust-colored everything around. The trees, though, I don't know what's the deal with them. Alright, give me some answers, I guess. Not feeling too enthusiastic about that. I could not perceive garble, barble, garble being in the world sun shadows. Thank you. That really added meaning to the situation here. Comfortable chair. Cool. Are you guys getting much from this? Because I don't think I am. Sun shadows, the spots that bore through my head and make me spacey? I don't get it. Was there like a lecture on horror game design that I missed that says like most of the games that I play should just not make sense in one way or the other? I mean, I feel like it's way scarier to actually encourage the player to feel like they're, you know, participating in the same reality we're used to, and something just happens to be off or amiss. By just saying things that just blatantly don't really contribute to the discussion in any meaningful way that I can tell, I don't see that as furthering anything. Alright, screaming sound happened. Now we're outside in terrain map land. Keep walking around. I guess the path has been very much pre-decided. Oh, we've got some music now, which is actually pretty cool. I guess we're using the visual and music assets now to actually push things forward in a more linear way. Sort of sad that the guy making this didn't... Did he not? I don't think he figured out how to use the brushes for the terrain, for the textures. Maybe he did. Yeah, that looks kind of different, actually, so maybe I'll take that back. Sorry. What's up with this waterfall here? It's the color of mud or dirt, which is strange, but then also it's also the color of normal-ish water. I say normal because the water in UDK has always had a very strange property to it. They don't seem to be very worried about emulating the way water actually moves as far as, like, lapping up against the shoreline, although they like to pretend that they do get that idea, with varying levels of transparency and strange wisp-like behavior. I never was particularly convinced by this water in any fashion. This waterfall looks really bad. And I'm not trying to beat up the developer. This is more a constraint of the engine, because most of the time if you see water in a UDK game, it looks like this. And in fact, if you can point me to a game where it doesn't, I'd be curious to take a look at it. Oh, we got a hole in the geometry there. That'll happen. You gotta check your errors when you rebuild. What's going on over here? We got a lake. By the way, I can't jump in this water or anything. It's invisible, walled off. I mean, look at that strange behavior there. So it's actually pulling what it wants to think is like a reflection. It's pulling it under the water and then making it do this insane, like, fast-paced jello wiggle. I am not into the jello wiggle. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, okay. I thought I was stuck. That is always something I worry about, is getting stuck in geometry in these games, because I know they're not generally tested all that well. I feel like... No, that's a lie. I thought there was going to be another direction to head in, perhaps. So it looks like we're being funneled down towards this little tree down here, because trees are life. And things are now yellow, and the frame rate broke for a moment. Just in time for me to... Oh, wow. Alright, don't do that. Oh, okay. We're not going to stay there, apparently. Hopefully that doesn't mean I died. No. Okay. We turned sideways, and now we're under the water or something. In tendril flesh column land or something. Tree. I know you're good for me. Whoa, pretty lights. I feel like I'm trapped in my HEDD, head, or is that just an A with a really tall edge to it? Banging against its walls. Alright, let's head in here. More waterfall action and more insides looking stuff with, you know, shader effects on it. This is a cool room. I'm not going in it, though, apparently, because there's an invisible wall in front of it for some reason. Now we've entered what appears to be some sort of a silly, gory funhouse. Alright, there's something squeaking off in the distance now. It's funny, the sound effects that often accompany games like this tend to sound way more interesting than what's actually going on the screen. Like, the fidelity of the audio assets tends to outweigh the fidelity of the video assets. Trying desperately to escape while my lips can utter only nonsense. Well, okay, at least you explained that. I appreciate that very much. Are you really gonna do the, like, look at the theme you set here. Organic on the ceiling, organic on the walls, completely square door frame. Why? Why would you do that? Also, really awkward room transitions. What is even going on here? Is there blood dripping from these? I can't tell if it's supposed to be, like, insides or it's, like, coral. I believe we've also got some very awkward meeting of two water-esque planes. Yeah. I don't know. I just couldn't put out a game that looked unpolished like that. If it was me, I would really just be arduously going over every detail. And I'm not saying this to, like, shame the developer or anything, because whatever, it's just a game. They tried their hand at this, where they're, you know, this is what they wanted it to look like for whatever reason. But I just feel like it could be better. It just could be more if you just took the time to be careful. And I'm not saying you gotta be a master at your tools or anything. You definitely don't. But when you see something that doesn't look polished, or you come to that realization for whatever reason, then find a way to complement your skills of what you have. You know, design things around what you think would be cohesive and accurate to the best intentions in your head. Made of pain and fear. So up we go, another spiral staircase. And we have entered that special place that we always seem to end up in Devil May Cry games. I want to head towards what always appears to be the wrong direction first, which I think I just psyched myself out twice. Oh yeah, that says something on it. If you start writing things that are illegible, please stop and rethink what you're doing. There is no escape. The whole world is poison. Alright, well that, I guess I said it was illegible. It's not illegible, but only thanks to the shader effect behind it can I actually read it. It's, you know, red on red. Just a little bit of color theory there will go a long way. Alright, what do we have here? Some sort of a hall of mirrors to complete the look of the silly funhouse. I don't know. I can't really tell. There's squares out there or something. It's kind of light sources. The music's picking up, like something exciting's gonna happen, and we've got the meeting of two brushes right here, as you can see. Seam all the way around. I guess I come across a little bit more harsh than I probably should be, just considering I know some of the behind the scenes of how this stuff works, so I'm more critical and looking for this. A lot of people would probably walk right by it. Alright, so there's clearly something around this corner. You can see the shadow on the ceiling. As I walked, the ground crumbled beneath me and I could make no movement. Wondering if I can get a good look at it before it realizes I'm there and triggers the tag. Think it's trying to kill me? I don't know. Or I broke it. Hard to tell. There is such a fine line between trying to kill me and being broken. I'm gonna err on the side of broken in this case. What are you even doing, man? Oh, there he goes. Don't make me lose now. That would just be a huge waste. You get all the way through most of the game and then random thing I saw coming from a mile away just pulls me down. Alright, so I think an effect that's being used here to perhaps a detriment of the game, and it's interesting to say this the way, like, to think of this the way that I'm thinking of it, because right now this shot, geometrically and as far as color goes, is actually very interesting. But the blur effect that's going on is really all that's holding it together. When I walk out here and things start to firm up, you're going to be able to tell the geometry is not nearly as interesting as it looked a second ago. It's all flat. There is no escape. The whole world is... Oh, we did that one already. Alright, so we got some kind of up platform... What is this? All kinds of junk on here. Is it some dude's gonna mess me up now? There he is. Alright, come at me. I guess it would really be annoying if you couldn't tell which direction he was coming from in the first place. I don't even think I'm going to try and read that, actually. Too far gone. Alright, there's also invisible walls that I keep running into. I can't tell if it's because of the collision on this thing. Like a bedpost or something. So right now I'm walking straight. I can't go. There's something in my way. Gotta jump. Can't jump. Keep going left. Alright, there we go. I got around the invisible wall. Pretty gross looking staircase, and props there, I guess. You use the brush editor or something. Make a slightly more organic looking form. I appreciate that. Can I go through this wall? No. Alright, I guess the last place to go is up there. Something glowy. Again, only interesting looking from afar because of the strange abstract patterns that are created. Alright, did you go away? Maybe? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say, though. It's only interesting because of the abstract patterns that are created by the light being, like, muffled and distorted from a distance. Can you get this over with, guys? I don't know how to fight you if I can't see where you are and you don't want to actually come at me. I wonder what the player character is supposed to actively be doing by pressing Q over and over again. Oh my god, come on. Maybe I'm just supposed to jump in there and hope for the best. I'm going to be very upset if I lose at this point. I want to just finish this out. Alright. Got this. Test your might. I shattered a diamond before with my bare hands. I got this. He doesn't want to come at me, though. Just go. Do it. I'm right here. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep going then. If you start messing up my vision, I'll just... Oh, look, this is what they're doing. Come on. They're all glitching out. I'm still mashing Q, by the way, just in case I'm doing something bad here. That's just silly. Go up. Oh, one of them found their way to me, apparently. And we'll just keep going up some stairs. I guess we're going for, like, the MC Escher thing. Hopefully, One of these leads to somewhere useful. You know, it's also not so scary when you don't really have to do anything particularly that difficult to get away from the situation. It's not like you're in a position where you're just doomed from the start. I mean, you always can fight back with equal measure, and you're never in a place where you're defenseless. I'm glad there's no falling damage. That could have been pretty frustrating. Something in Unity games I never really think about, but in UDK games it definitely could happen. Come on, guys, throw me an impact hammer. What do you say? And through this wavy water portal? No? That guy's still stuck in the wall. Maybe I need to get all of these guys to fade away, and then we can move on with our lives. Alright, come on. Let's get this over with. Yeah, come on, I'm right here. What are you doing? You're not scary when you... There, he just finally decided it was time, apparently. He almost got me, too, just because of the stupid wall glitch. Alright, we got more stairs leading to nowheres. What about this? Did I go up here yet? Yes, I, in fact, did. Always such an interesting effect when you go down the stairs quickly and it does that, like, bump, 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 bump thing. Wonder why that happens. So the camera is just, it has no smoothing or something like that. It just immediately bounces from point to point. I feel like something they would have addressed, but I guess you don't really run into stairs that are quite this steep that often. And when I say they should have addressed, I mean like at the engine level. What am I supposed to do here? There's nowhere else to go, as far as I can tell. Are there more stairs that I missed? I feel like I've gone up most of them. Several times, in fact. Just keep ending up at this spot. Am I supposed to, like, jump out the window, or can I climb up this insanely steep platform? I don't think I can. Maybe I need to touch all the trees. That's probably why. That is almost definitely why. I haven't been touching enough trees. Alright, did I get this one? Cool, cool, cool. Let's head down here. Let's get this one and this one. Get all the tree power. And we can build a sweet elf deck. And we'll have mana for days. Oh, I think I just heard breathing for one of the first times. Somewhat ominous drone going on in the background. I think that's fine. Have I touched all the trees yet? I feel fairly content with the amount. Let's head back up to something. I don't know which platform it was that I was supposed to get to. Pretty sure I touched that one as well. That has to be the way, right? It just won't let me through yet. It would be nice if there was a little bit more of a reinforcement that you've actually done something with these trees, if they actually are indeed needing to be touched or whatever. I mean, since there's no collision detection on them really, you just walk right through them. It seems like it makes a sound, but I can't always depend on that. Am I supposed to go back out? Oh, maybe that is why I'm supposed to go back through here now. And that other wall opened up. I feel a little dumb now, because that was fairly obvious. Oh boy. Is this nasty version of Brinstar? Fish eggs. Have some caviar, guys. You forgot a few steps, buddy. I can't... there we go. Couldn't make it up that edge. How do you get such a garbled mess of textures like that? I guess you just keep dropping stuff on top of other stuff until you just filled in all the holes or something. Come on. You guys are boring. Can you just do what your thing is? Get this... There we go. So I don't know about you guys. How are you feeling? Are you terrified? Yeah, there's another one. You can see his arm clipping through the wall. Come on. Let's go. grab my viewpoint, just try to turn it. I'll press Q, thank you. That's the exchange that we go through here. You take my sanity, I give you Q, I win. Hopefully the mashing of the Q key is not too annoying. I guess they're there to punish you for going the wrong way, because, you know, you should be punished for going the wrong way in a maze where there's absolutely no point of reference. We should be getting to the end here pretty shortly, I hope. I'm not anticipating this being a much longer video. What is this? Slab of salmon propped up against a wall? It's a very large salmon, I don't know why I thought that. It's like the caviar hallways. Alright, here we go. We got a little bit of a color change. Oh, look, it's another guy. Press Q. Thank you. Kind of funny that it's Q, you know, like QQing, like crying. Makes me all emotional, tries to take my sanity. I just cry. Really fast. Sort of like Isaac. I want to go out there. Is there anything cool for me? I don't think so. Alright, so how did this work? Was I supposed to... Oh, I just wanted to see what was on the other side of this. Does that make sense? I thought that hallway would have wrapped around upon itself. No, I guess it's just very large. So I feel like we've gone through this hallway already, but maybe I am completely mistaken, because that wouldn't make sense since I went through a door that was walled off. Alright, spiral staircase. Don't go too close towards the interior of the edges where the, you know, the steps meet the column. Otherwise, well, you could get stuck like that. Or you may just fall through the stairs for some reason. I'm not sure what happened there. Is that a trick or a trap? What are we thinking here? And then we head our way through to the kiln of the first flame. I just have to, of course, check what's at the top, and what's at the top is absolutely nothing. So yeah, into the kiln of the first flame. Or not. Can't get over that edge. Can I jump from above it, maybe? Yes, that is the trick. Can watch the Vikings walking across the path. Maybe they're actually knights. Alright, there's some garbled stuff going on with our viewpoint. Always a good thing to have in horror games. Okay, we've left the building. We are now back in dusty wasteland area with strange pools of water. Oh, did you see that texture? Showed up for a second and then just went away. This very non-linear presentation is reminding me a little bit of that game EXO. I shouldn't say game, more of an interactive visual experience. aka like interactive music video or something. Yeah, I know. Every time I walk over this little spot right here, everything turns yellow and gross. Oh, come on. I just want to make it up the other side. Can we... Alright, at least it's somewhere different this time. I was going to be very upset if it made me do the same thing twice. Maze of pain and fear. Thank you. Oh, did I... What's this? Gonna be a bad guy? You gonna scare me? Yep, I know. We've labeled it pretty well at this point. That's a cool effect, actually. I quite like this. Oh, we're still gonna do the... Oh, wow, I was pressing E for a second. I don't even know where... Alright, that's just not good gameplay in general. Like, you can't tell what's attacking you from what direction. So how are you supposed to react? By turning in the opposite direction if you can't even tell where they came from in the first place? I'm just walking straight. Eventually I'm going to get mobbed by a bunch of those enemies. I know it. And if I lose, that will be the end. I am not playing back to this. Thankfully it looks like I made it through. Then the shade gone out. The sun, never mind. Oh wow, I like this. This is looks like a desktop I've had. So we'll just follow the swirlies, because obviously if we don't follow the path correctly, we're just going to fall to our death or something. lovely visualizer. I know, come on. Wouldn't mind a little bit of, you know, mixing it up with these enemies. They are fairly predictable. Alright, I guess that's a dead end. No, maybe you don't fall off. Maybe this is just another maze, and we just can't see the walls. Alright, that looks like a thing I can go at. Unless this is just bringing me back around in a circle. I should say have a go at. Is it? I think it is, yes. Oh, look, another one. He doesn't really want to chase me, though. Excuse me. So I guess back in here. Should kind of make note of what the background looks like from a distance, so I can tell if I'm obscuring my viewpoint of it. So let's try to not go around in a circle this time if we can. See, it just ends here. Oh, maybe I could just keep walking? No. Oh, and there are walls, actually. I just haven't really been hitting into them. Alright, so I guess I really don't need to stay on the course. There's definitely going to be one spot that it's like there's just no wall and you couldn't really tell. Maybe it wanted me to go in a loop? I can't really tell what the point of this is. Let's go through there. No, it's the same thing. I don't know what I'm doing here. I can't tell where I'm going or what forward even is. Maybe, okay, actually maybe I was going the right way, and then that dude that was by the door frame was my way of knowing that I actually went to somewhere new. So we're actually just going through two mirror realities or something. Back through here. I'm so confused. I really honestly can't tell if I'm going in the right direction or if I'm just turning around on myself. Yeah, okay, I think this is the right way. The only way I'm going to lose is if I just find that my finger is not on the correct button, which could easily happen. Oh wow, I can go pretty far in that direction. Okay, back through swirlies, maybe. I could almost see some walls for a second. See that? If you look through these at just the right angle, it gives you a little glimpse of where the walls are. Yes. Looks like there's some text on this wall over here. Yeah. I'm so confused. I'll just go towards this since there's no swirlies. Maybe this is good. Alright, come on. There he is. You can't even tell when he's dead. Alright. I was just about to say wrap it up and start playing the Jaws theme. Now what? More glitchy weirdness. Okay. And cut. Yes. Oh, that was quite an experience, wouldn't you say? And we've got some classy music at the end, too, to cap it off. I feel like we just watched a drama or some kind of, like, very impactful movie. But we didn't, unfortunately. So, that is going to be the end of this rather long episode. I hope you enjoyed the ride and some slightly biting commentary. I don't mean any disrespect to the developer or anything like that again. I'm doing this because I like to critique stuff. And I feel like I have some insight into maybe what they could have done to make this improved. And I only hope that games like this do become improved, and I hope we can stop doing some of these silly cliches over and over and over and over again, as we've seen them in the most recent years when it comes to this particular genre. So there were still some interesting things to be seen here, some pretty cool shader effects anyway, at least when it came to that end swirly world. I'm not super enthusiastic about those enemies, though. I kind of hope we don't ever see those again. But yeah, that would be Don't Look Now from 2010, apparently. I just missed that. The most frightening part for me is how quickly I can be taken as if by a force and projected into another state in which all my perceptions are altered and the world becomes a bizarre place. Sometimes there is confusion about which is the true reality, the objective world or the psychotic world. Anonymous, New York Times, March 18th, 1986. Oh, okay. I thought this was going to be about this game or something. They found this really good pull quote. Alright, so that is going to wrap us up for another episode. Thank you so much for watching. As always, remember to head on over to the website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, so you can check out all the videos, old and new. Browse them by genre, type in your favorite developer, check out distribution methods if you want to look at all the Steam games or all the free games. Please go right ahead. I even have them all so you can sort them by horror games if that's your thing. It's definitely the quickest way to see what I've covered on the show. I mean, YouTube's cool too, but it's just easier to search them with a bunch of extra filters and such. When you're done at the site, though, facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you choose to leave a like over there, you will get every day's new video delivered into your Facebook feed. Makes it nice and convenient so you don't have to go looking for them. And just basically stay up on all the news with the channel. Check out the occasional contests, sometimes game giveaways and such. It doesn't hurt. And lastly, if you're a game developer and you'd like to possibly get your game shown off on the show, quickest way to reach me is at RockLeeSmile on Twitter, but I also have a contact form on the website, and all the links are available right in the description of this video, so feel free to click around and see what you can find. This description will also contain a link for this game itself, so feel free to click on that if you'd like to go download it. It's something like 380 or so megs, if I remember correctly, so it's sort of a big game. A little cumbersome to install, and for the payoff, I mean, you've seen it all already, so up to you if you want to, but still could be fun to explore, or if you're a YouTuber yourself, maybe you want to make a video and talk about it. Anyway, that's entirely up to you. So that will wrap us up for another episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you come back again tomorrow for yet another, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you tomorrow.